And a pleasant good evening to you and to yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Alan Slaughterzinski here with you this evening for a special presentation of girls basketball. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Tales at the Barkery. Uberzati and Gamers are us. Tonight we have the Space Coast Vipers, who are 4-3, and they welcome in the undefeated and number 4 ranked team in the state of Florida, the new Smyrna Beach Cudas, and they are led by former Rockledge graduate Cocoa High coach Aisha Patrick. Step aside. We'll be right back here for the national anthem. Having some trouble getting the national anthem going. And there you see Coach Patrick down there on the floor. She's got a great team this year. Of course, she's in her second season at New Smyrna Beach. They were 14-7 last season. Patrick, 6 years at Cocoa, where she was 104-40. She led the Tigers girls basketball team to 3 district championships, along with a state semifinal appearance. And here's the national anthem. All right. And of course, the Space Coast Vipers are led by Dr. Benny Shaw. And you know about Dr. Shaw. The one thing both of these coaches have in common, they are both UCF alum, and they both did great things at UCF. And of course, Dr. Shaw would go on to play in the NBA. And for New Smyrna Beach, I don't have any stats on New Smyrna Beach tonight, but they're averaging 46 points a game and allowing 40. I'm sorry. Space Coast is scoring 46 points a game and allowing 44. New Smyrna Beach is scoring 61 points a game and they're allowing 31. And there you're going to see come on the court right there, number 3, Olivia Olson. And she's going to be one to watch tonight. She is committed to Marshall University. And there's Corin Austell, the senior guard. And also a name. That's number 11. That's Nia Reddix. Soraya Amons. And that's a former Cocoa standout. And for Space Coast Vipers starters, the 8th grader Kamaya Jenkins gets the start at guard. Sophomore Layla Mangum also out there. Victoria Johnson, the junior. And here come your guards. Actually, it's going to be the center, Lashia Walker, a 9th grader, a freshman. And eighth grader, Felicia Carroll. As we get ready to jump here. And look, this is a very, very young Space Coast team. And I absolutely love Dr. Benny Shaw for scheduling a game like this against a team he knew was going to be a top-ranked team in this state. Why do you do this, you ask? Because right now on the floor, you have an eighth grader, 3 freshmen, a junior, and a sophomore. And this is going to be a great experience for these girls to go up here against the 7-0 team. It's averaging 61 points per game. And I tell you what, before the game, the girls were loose. They were warming up well. They're going to go out here. They're going to give it their all. And I'm excited to see Space Coast play against New Smyrna Beach here tonight. And this will be number 24, Lashia Walker, and she'll jump once again against the Marshall commit, Olivia Olson. New Smyrna Beach has got 6 players averaging double digits, 2 averaging over 20 points a game. Amons and Olson each over 20 a game. Tip is taken by Felicia Carroll. And Space Coast trying to get that first bucket of the game. Ball immediately taken away on the defensive side, though. And here comes Olson, and Olson will immediately go to the line and shoot 2 as she is fouled by Carroll. Check that. She's fouled by, I think she was fouled by Carroll. First free throw is in and out, no good. Once again, Dr. Shaw didn't have any stats up for Space Coast on max preps, but New Smyrna Beach is a 70% or a 54% free throw shooting team this year. They are shooting 35% from 3 and 47% from the floor in general. There's the inbound, and there's the press. And break it with speed and passing accuracy. They got the speed part down. The passing accuracy they do not have, as Olsen will inbound here. She'll inbound to Austell. Austell across the midcourt timeline. She's being guarded by Felicia Carroll. Over to Amons. Amons back to Olsen. Olsen swings it around the top. Good ball movement. Good feed inside. Whistle. Count it. No bucket. So the foul will be before the shot. But a good play by Riley France, the sophomore guard for Coach Patrick. Or no, they're going to call an offensive foul there. So an offensive foul called. Coach Patrick asking what the deal is there. She still doesn't understand. And quite frankly, I don't either. Good move inside, off the glass, no good. Loose ball rebound, knocked out of bounds by New Smyrna Beach. That should be Space Coast ball, and it is. 7:13 to go here in the opening quarter of this one. Can't thank you all for being with us enough as Layla Mangum gets set to. And this is Carroll back to Mangum. Mangum tried to bounce past it near the elbow, stolen away by New Smyrna Beach. This is Sarai Amons. This is Olsen for 3. Shot looked off, coming off the fingertips there. Rebound by Lashia Walker. She'll give it up to Carroll. Carroll sets the offense. This is Jenkins. Jenkins in trouble, throws it away. Amons with Carroll on her. Headmans it up to Olsen. The kiss off the glass is good, and it's 3-0 New Smyrna Beach. And immediately back with the press, and the ball is immediately stolen again. And stolen back this time by Carroll. Carroll gets the ball up to Walker, tries to pass it over to Mangum. Unfortunately, a little bit too far, out of bounds. Ball back to the Cudas. Checking in now is going to be Zania Smith. Or actually, we're just going to get a timeout here on the floor. So while we have a timeout on the floor, I want to tell you about a couple things coming up this week on the Brevard Sports Network. And if you're a sports fan here in Brevard County, and unless you've been sleeping in the closet for a week, the Cocoa Tigers are going back to their 10th state championship, their 4th straight state championship game. They're going to be taking on Gadsden County on Thursday at 12:30. Now, while Brevard Sports Network cannot show you the game, we can bring it to you radio style. We will be on Facebook and YouTube doing an audio cast only. We've done these for the past 5 state championships, and we'll hope you'll turn down the NFHS network and turn up BSN. The score is 3-0 here with 6:27 to play in the opening quarter. Wide open Amons, and she's short on the shot, and that'll go back to Space Coast as Anaya Reddix can't save it. Right now, the Cudas, I'm sure, not playing as sharp a start as Coach Patrick wants. Stolen away there. Nice pass up. Amons. I'm not sure how that wasn't a foul, but apparently she got all ball. And if she did, that's a great play there. And referee's closer than I am. That was all Stell. Carroll hustles, kicks it out. Back to Carroll. It's Peyton Mason at the elbow. Top of the free throw line there, moving from side to side. Also in there's Victoria Johnson. Carroll with a floating shot that won't go. Rebound out to the sophomore guard, Riley France. Quickly back up the floor with it. Little turnaround fadeaway is no good. And the score stays 3-0 with 5:21 to play in the opening quarter. Carroll across the Viper center circle. Tries to penetrate inside. Good pass. Got to be ready for it. She wasn't. Ball stolen away. Long outlet down the floor. Olsen off the glass. 5-0. And we're going to get another timeout. And Coach Shaw is immediately going to make change. That's the one thing about Benny Shaw. He knows his team is playing an opponent that's 7-0 and ranked 4th in the state, but he still wants things done in the way that he coaches them. So he's letting his ladies know right now this is not acceptable. Also coming up on Brevard Sports Network on Monday, we have the Brevard County All-Star Football game for you, live from Tom McIntyre Stadium in Melbourne. That'll be at 7 o'clock. We'll tell you more about that throughout the rest of the week. As Carroll inbounds here. Celicia Rickberg getting set to check in for, and that pass is high, and here comes the Cudas down the floor, and another easy layup. This time Anaya Reddix drops it in, and it's 7-0 for the Cudas. 4:41 to play in the opening quarter. Mangum trying long pass here, gets it, chance for the first points, and there it is as Jalea Anderson drops that one in, and it's 7-2, and right back down the floor with no hesitation at all, but they couldn't drop the shot, and Carroll picks up the loose ball rebound, and she dribbles back down and settles down as the offense sets up. Pick set. Carroll dribbled the ball off her foot there, so she couldn't take advantage. Back over to Mangum. Mangum dribbles around to the elbow, kicks it back out to Anderson. Anderson has her lane cut off, and the errant pass gets away, and this is Olsen, and that ball is thrown away by France, and the score stays 7-2 in favor of the Cudas as the clock stops, and Celicia Rickberg checks back in. She'll come in for the check it out. She'll come in for Reddix, Anaya Reddix. No pressure on the inbounds as Space Coast. Long three by Mangum is no good. Off the top of the backboard, France battles, but she loses that battle to LaShia Walker, and Anderson with it. Back to Walker. Walker immediately to the basket, and she'll be fouled, and that's exactly what Coach Shaw is looking for as LaShia Walker, the freshman, goes to the line where she will shoot to. 3:40 to go in the opening quarter. 7-2, New Smyrna Beach. Walker's first free throw attempt is a beaut. Second free throw coming up. And that, too, is a thing of beauty. And it's 7-4. Mangum pressures the inbound. So does Carroll. And that'll be New Smyrna ball. Good job by Felicia Carroll and Mangum down there to pressure the inbound pass. The lead is just 3 for New Smyrna Beach. Team averaging 61 a game. Corner 3 for Amons, no good. She rushed it. France underneath, can't hit the follow. She will not get that either. That ball bounces out of bounds and goes back to New Smyrna Beach as Coach Patrick tries to settle down her troops. Felicia Carroll with the ball, 3:17 to go in the opening quarter. Carroll met up by Amons, and that ball is knocked off. Tapped by Amons, and Carroll didn't pursue it. That went off of Amons or Carroll's foot, so that'll be New Smyrna Beach ball. There's my man Calvin Wright out there. Calvin always does a good job. We like to give each other a hard time. Calvin's a great man. Olsen with a beautiful fake. Tried to get the step back 3 on the side. Did not work out. Good defense by Space Coast. Amons long cross court. Back over to Olsen. And that pass down on the inside to France is stolen, but stolen back. And again, Space Coast playing good defense as Anaya Smith comes away with it. And 2:49 to go. And Space Coast just a 3-pointer away from tying it. Nearly did so there. Olsen with the rebound. She gets it all the way down the court to Amons. Amons pulls up and drops one that hits nothing but the sides of the net. The lead is back to 5 at 9-4 with 2:31 to play in the opening quarter. This is Mangum. Olsen steps up on her. Nice job there by Carroll to prevent the steal. That's 3 too far. Rebound to France. Here comes Olsen again. Olsen met there and gets the pass out all the way across the court. Number 5, that's Corin Austell, tried to drop a baseline shot that didn't go. 2:06 to play. And this is Mangum who dribbles through traffic but then has her shot blocked by Celicia Rickberg. Long outlet to Amon. Amon stops, pulls, misses as Lashia Walker disrupted her shot and will come away with the rebound. 1:49 to play. And that'll be a whistle and a 2-shot foul coming up. And to the line will go Jelia Anderson, the 8th grader. Good showing so far for Space Coast as Brielle Avila gets set to check in as Anaya Reddix checks back in as well here after this foul shot coming up. And Space Coast now 2 for 3. Also checking in for Space Coast is the freshman Kamaya Jenkins. And coming out of the game will be Amons and number 24, Celicia Richberg, not Rick Rich. I'm sorry, Celicia Richberg. I didn't see the H. 9-5 here. And the pass is thrown away. 8-0. I keep saying 7-0, but I believe they're 8-0. I think New Smyrna Beach played last night. I'm not sure. No, my stats would be right. I just printed them today. This is Walker. And that ball nearly stolen away. It is stolen away. Nice hustle. That's what you call good on the floor ball hustle there. That was a good play by Corin Austell. And the ball will go back to Space Coast. Those, again, New Smyrna Beach at the moment having issues connecting on the long outlets. 1:13 to go. Anderson with it. Back over to Jenkins. Back to Anderson. Jenkins hands it off to Walker at the top of the key. Gives it to Carroll. 56 seconds. Not in a hurry. Carroll going to try and take it down the lane. She'll put it up. Won't get the roll. And the rebound out to Avila. And that is a whistle. And that'll be out of bounds and New Smyrna Beach ball. 48.6 seconds to play in the opening quarter. 9-5 Cudas on top. As the Marshall commit, Olivia Olsen gets set to check it in. And she does, and it's back to Olsen. Little pressure being applied on the ball, and they nearly throw it away again. And over to Olsen. Olsen, 39 seconds to go here. Austell with it. Back to Olsen, who's got a wide open three, and she doesn't miss it. 12-5 here. Good looking shot from Austell, and Coach Benny Shaw going to use his third timeout with 27.7 seconds to go in the first quarter. I'm going to step aside, grab a drink of water, be right back here on Brevard Sports Network. And there's Coach Aisha Patrick, who you want to talk about a stellar playing career. Miss Patrick certainly had it. She was second. I'm sorry, let me make sure I'll tell you about it during the break, during the end of the quarter here, because she had a career to remember at UCF. Of course, she was all-state at Rockledge, and the score is 12-5 here. And nearing the end of the first quarter, Space Coast will likely hold for the last shot here, I hope. Felicia Carroll. Nice head fake. Inside, lost the grip. And the Cudas back running again. And this time, they execute an Ioretics with it. And it's 14-5. Oh! Carroll nearly hit it at the buzzer. And that is the end of the first quarter. With your score, the new Smyrna Beach Cudas, 14. The Space Coast Vipers, 5. We'll step aside and be right back here. All right, welcome back here. A little quick commercial break there. And, again, Aisha Patrick in, 6 years at Cocoa as the head coach there. And just the best in the county, 104 and 40 at the time she was there. But at UCF, she ranks among schools' career leaders in steals, or did when she graduated. I'm not sure about now. She ranks among school career leaders in steals, points, assists, rebounds, double-doubles, and the most field goals made and most free throws made. Only player in school history at UCF when she graduated to have tallied 1,000 points, 800 rebounds, and 300 assists over her career. So, yes, Aisha Patrick can tell you a little something about how to play this game. 7:57 to go, second quarter just underway here. Whistle, and that'll count. Nice shot there by an Ioretics, and right now the Cougars are heating up here. It's now, that should be 16-5 with an N1 coming. Or no, they say 2 plus 1, so it should, I don't know what she called. Yeah, she did. Okay, so 16-5, and here comes the N1 by Reddix. And she hits it, and it's 17-5. The lead is out to 12. Layla Mangum checks back in as Victoria Johnson set to inbound. She does the Felicia Carroll. Stolen away by Reddix. And she'll kiss that one off the glass, and that is 7 straight for New Smyrna Beach. We want to thank Tails at the Barkery, our first quarter sponsor. And I'll tell you what, Miss Pam has got a great store down there in Cocoa Village. If you know somebody that has a cat or a dog and they love to spoil them, well, Tails at the Barkery is for you, especially now that it's Christmas time. And we ask that you support those that support Brevard Sports Network. 7:03 to play. It's a 19-5 lead, and that's going to be a jump ball. The possession arrow is going to belong, I believe, to New Smyrna Beach. Nope. That possession arrow is never right in any high school gym I am ever in. That's a high arc. That's why they put the square on the board. Felicia Carroll with a three, and it's 19-8. And that one won't fall. And now Shia Walker has the rebound. Carroll out to Mangum. Mangum gets the ball down, dribbles behind the back, and that's nearly stolen by Reddix again. Over to Mangum. Mangum tries to beat the zone coverage here because that's what they're getting. See if Walker down the lane, no good. Out of bounds, New Smyrna basketball. Yeah, we were telling you, New Smyrna's got 6 players in double digits. Olsen at 21-7 a game. Amons at 20 a game. Reddix at 18 a game. France at 18 a game. Austell at 14 a game. And number 1, Fieldman, who we haven't seen yet, at 11 a game. Olsen, no good. And Carroll comes in and steals the ball on its way down. 6 minutes to go in the first half. 19-8, the lead is 11. And that is a thing of beauty from Carroll. She's got 5 straight, and it's 19-10. Great play by Carroll as Walker nearly stole it away. I want to thank Athletic Director Steve Slentz for the broadcast tonight. Amons, nice pick. One-handed off the glass, no good. Rebound to France, she'll kick it back out. Amons again. Over to Olsen, down low to Reddix. Reddix looking for a pass. Nearly carried it. She'll come all the way around, dribble down the lane, won't get it. Rebound by Zanai Smith. Stolen back, though, and easy put in by Riley France, and it's 21-10. Stolen away. And there's an easy layup for Reddix, and it's a 4-0 run for New Smyrna Beach. And it's 23-10 now. The lead back out to 13. Kicked. Baseline tapped away by Amons, out of bounds. Coach Shaw telling his players to get in the game. You saw in the first quarter, he is not afraid to call a timeout. We mentioned Eva Fieldman, who's averaging 11 points a game, the 6th player on the team to be in double digits. She has just checked in for the Cudas, and that's a kick, and that'll be Space Coast ball. 23-10 is our score with 4:40 to go in the first half. Long inbound. Carroll with it. Dangerous pass stolen away by Reddix. And she will be fouled and go to the line and shoot 2. Foul called on Zanaya Smith. Amos played for Coach Patrick at Cocoa as an 8th grader, I believe. Coach Patrick moved to the Houston area after to coach basketball down there and then moved back. Out of bounds, Space Coast ball. Of course, the legendary Dr. Benny Shaw down there. And I love watching Dr. Shaw coach. You know, I think the thing that speaks volumes for Dr. Shaw is all of these players that played for him last year are back this year. A lot of them play club together. And he knows what he's building here. You know, you go down this roster right here, right now. You look at this roster. This is Olsen with a corner three, and she nearly hits it, but LaShia Walker comes away with the rebound. 8th grader, freshman, sophomore, 8th grader, freshman, junior, sophomore, freshman, 8th grader, freshman. It's incredible. Not a senior on this team, I don't think. And 24-13 now. And he will put these girls in tough tournaments, and they'll play in tough tournaments, and they'll see teams like New Smyrna Beach. They were 17-8 last season, and there's a little soft touch 8-footer from Fieldman, her first 2 of the game, and the Cudas have doubled up the Lady Vipers 26-13 in the lane, and Olsen knocks that up to New Smyrna Beach. Back to Olsen, and there's 2 more, 28-13 now. Walker thought twice on that one that time. Carroll takes a look at Olsen. The Marshall commit says, this is my lane at the moment. Mangum. And that time gets it away. And somehow Olsen gets it to Reddix, and she will take the easy underhand layup, and it's now 30-13. The lead is 17 with 2:38 to play. Mangum with it in the corner, nearly stolen away. And this is a typical Aisha Patrick go after every pass type team. You know, I used to kind of razz her a little bit when she was at Cocoa when I would interview her. And I would say, Coach, you know, not a lot of points on the board tonight. You know, she'd say, well, but they just played great defense, and that's what you see with this team. But they are averaging 61 while allowing only 31. So they're going to give you both ends of the floor. If she's got the talent, they're going to do it. And she's got the talent this year. Spin and a turn and a foul called on Carroll with 2:08. And this team on the floor for New Smyrna is what Dr. Shaw is building this product that Space Coast to be. And it's good when you're this young to play against this. Iron sharpens iron, as they say. Two minutes to go. It's a 17-point lead. Space Coast looking to cut into the floating one-hander on the baseline won't go. The shot from about 10 out will not, and that'll be a travel. As Riley France, the sophomore, checks back in. Olsen will get a breather now, probably likely into the half here. Fieldman with it. And stolen away by Walker. Walker gets it back. Count it. Nice job by LaShia Walker. And she'll go to the line for the end one. Walker, 2 for 2 from the charity stripe tonight. 30-15. Yep, that one a little too hard. Rebound to Fieldman. She gets it up to Reddix. And there's an easy layup. 32-15. Long shot won't go. 1:15 to go. I'll tell you, how about the game Anaya Reddix is having as she dishes off there to Riley France for two more, and it's 34-15. Walker back to Carroll. Carroll dribbled down the lane, can't get it to go. And the Cudas back across the timeline with it. Good defense by Space Coast. This is Fieldman with it. Nice bounce pass. Oh, that's a great play, but no finisher. And the score stays 34-15. That's high off the glass. No good. To give you three guesses who got the rebound. You probably won't need them. Reddix with it. Carroll steals it away. She couldn't hit it. And you got to hit the easy layups. Carroll knows it. And that is stolen away by Lashia Walker. And that's on the floor. And we're going to get a foul. 24.4 seconds to play. And there's my man, Calvin. Got the Santa Claus beard going. Love it. (17) Lashia Walker from the stripe off the glass for two. 34-17. Long pass is knocked out of bounds and back to Space Coast with 3.5 seconds to go. Two seconds, 1 second, and that'll take us to the end of the first half with your score. New Smyrna Beach, 34, Space Coast, 17. We'll step aside and we'll be back here in about 8 minutes right here on Brevard Sports Network. And happy holidays to you and yours, and welcome back here to Brevard Sports Network. About 90 seconds to go until we start the second half, 34-17, New Smyrna Beach. Want to take this opportunity to thank Zone 6. If you have, as high school football gets ready to end, 7-on-7 and flag is going to be the thing. And right there, Zone 6 is who you need to sign up with. My man Lovershire Jones does a terrific job. Zone 6 Reapers, I'm telling you that they are your 7v7 go-to. Also want to thank Coastal Strength and Barbell, my man Isaac Bermudez. And we would be anywhere without Gamers R Us, who's going to be our third quarter sponsor here tonight. Not that far from here. Gamers R Us is located right there on US 1 in Cocoa. So I want to thank Seth Gibson and Gamers R Us. I also want to thank Tracy Rayum as Digital Crowdfunding, Connect Sports Funding, Brevard County's #1 fundraiser, a sponsor with us, fundraising made easy. You can email Tracy at connectsportsconsulting@gmail.com. I'm telling you, you need $5,000 raised for your team. That's right there where you need to be. Second half underway, and I believe it is the original five for both teams out there, which is Riley France, Olivia Olson, Corin Austell, and Ioretics, and Soraya Amons for New Smyrna Beach, and Kamaya Jenkins, Layla Mangum, Felicia Carroll, Shia Walker, and I think it's Victoria Johnson out there. Yep. So the original five that started. 34-17 is our score. New Smyrna up by 17. Tried to get it down low to Olsen, but travel. You know, what happened there is she forgot what side of the court she was shooting under. They changed sides, and she just forgot where she was. And that's an easy layup, and it does not fall, and that'll be a lap in practice. Carroll across the timeline with it. Lost the dribble, but hands off to Jenkins. Carroll way down in the baseline looking for it, wants it, immediately double teamed. And that ball is stolen away by Reddix, who has had her a game at both sides of the floor. That's the one, if I'm being picky, that's the one thing she's done today. She's been a little errant with a few of those passes, but other than that, Coach Patrick, I'm sure, has to be pleased with her game. She is a hustle on the ball player constantly. That's number 11. This is Carroll with it. She's also the third leading scorer at 18 points a game. Carroll with a long arcing three, no good. How about Walker getting in there with the rebound and reaching around and getting a part of her arm was number 5. That's Corin Austell. And that'll send Carroll to the line where she is 2 for 3 today. Started off 2 for 2 and then went 1 for 2 on her last free throw attempt. Last 2 free throw attempts. She's got a nice touch off the hand. It's just, she'll get it. But she's got a beautiful release on her shot from the stripe. Put a little more spin on it. Four dribbles every time. Little spin, turn, grab the ball center, and couldn't get it. Looked good, though. This is Olsen, and the Marshall commit with 2 more, and it's 36-17 Cudas. Coach Aisha Patrick and her team looking to move to 8-0. I'm not sure how that wasn't a travel. Jenkins does not. Olsen with the rebound. Gets it out to Soraya Amons. And this is back to Amons. Amons pulls up, sets the offense up. She's at the left side of your screen over to Olsen. She tried to hit a Celicia Richburg, and Richburg put the ball where there wasn't somebody, and that's a kick by Reddix. 5:57 to go, and checking in is going to be number 15. I don't have a 15. So my apologies for her family watching that I cannot say her name because I don't have a 15 on my roster. This is Amons, and that ball gets away. This is Olsen with it. And that'll be a foul, and Calvin says, count the bucket. And to the line for the N1 will go Olivia Olsen. Olsen this season from the free throw line. She is a 77% shooter, and she throws that in like it ain't no thing, and it's 39-17. Richburg getting set to check right back in, so obviously Coach Patrick had something she wanted to relay to her. And stolen away by Amons, and the kiss off the glass won't go, but Reddix is there to clean it up, and it's 41-17, and a 7-2 run to start the second half. By New Smyrna has them out in front 41-17. It was 34-15 at the half. And now it's 41-17. So we get a whole host of players checking in, including number 35, Peyton Mason. So Peyton Mason is checked in. And this will be Kamaya Jenkins with it. Jenkins tried a baseline dribble there, nicely cut off, and Jenkins will lose the ball out of bounds. Back to New Smyrna Beach. Peyton Mason, another one of those young players, an 8th grader, listed at 6'1". She's in 8th grade now, 8th grade. So you tell me if Dr. Shaw's not building a team here that's going to be very, very good in the coming years. That's out of bounds. That'll stay with Space Coast. Now, Mason, I think she just was called up recently. I'm not sure, but I know she wasn't on my last roster in the last game we did here, which was a day game at 3:30. So Coach Shaw working yet more younger players into the lineup and giving them valuable experience playing in a game like this. 41-17. I'd put Mason on Olsen and say, shut her down. Oh, what a great backdoor feed. That's a beautiful pass from Olsen to Reddix, and they don't miss. And the lead is 26 at 43-17. That's how you do it. And the ball ends up in Mason's hand, and that's blocked out of the hands of Jenkins, and back down the floor comes. And Reddix will go to the line and shoot 2. 3:58 to play in the third. Trying to get this to a running clock, it looks like. They need to get to 35. That one hits about every piece of iron up there and goes in, and it's 44-17. Right now, that would be 52 points they need to get to with holding Space Coast scoreless. There's 2 more as we have Riley France checking in, and Reddix will get a break, and a deserved break at that. Nia Reddick's just a sophomore. Corner three. And the Marshall commit again with a three. And it's 48-17. Carroll with a long three. Falasia Carroll matches the three. And it's 48-20. Again, I don't have a 15, but the rebound by France. Mason immediately on guarding her. From the elbow, kicks out to Amons. Amons backs it up. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the third. 14-5 quarter, and coming right out of her shoe is number 3, Kamaya Jenkins, and that's literally the definition of a crossover. Crossed her up right over out of her shoe. But it's a turnover as the lead is 28 now with 3 minutes to play in the third. 48-20. Mason with it. Mason immediately stolen away by Olsen, and Olsen will lay it off the glass, and that's just young player just learning. 50-20, the lead out to 30. Out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Cudas as LaShia Walker getting set to check in. And 15-5 quarter for New Smyrna. That shot no good. Up, rebound. Nearly given away. Carroll with it. Mason going to have it stolen away again. She's going to have to protect that ball. And so will Carroll. They're all going to have to protect it. No backcourt. New Smyrna touched it last. This is Carroll. And number 15 will come up and guard her immediately. 1:54 to go here. No good. Rebound. And that's good. Olsen again, 52-20. Nearly had that knocked away. .120 to go in the third. 52-20. And that three is a beaut off the glass by Zaniah Smith. And it's 52-23. And that's a good-looking shot there by number 15, 54-23. Just under a minute to go in the third quarter. Carroll. Stolen away by 15. No good, but Olsen's there to clean it up. 55, 56, 23. 1 point away from running a clock here. Oh, that's blocked. And 26 seconds. Here comes Olsen. No good. Space Coast prevents it. They won't let them run the clock. 16 seconds to play in the third. Long three is no good, and that'll go out of bounds with 8.2 seconds to go. Space Coast says no. See if they can get this in. They're going to have to work fast. Olsen. 4 seconds. Sets up three. And there it is. At the buzzer, Olsen with another three. And we'll start the fourth quarter with a running clock. It's 59-23. All right, a running clock to start the fourth quarter as we go back to our original sponsor here. Gamers are us. No good. Tapped out. And one thing you won't see Space Coast do, even though they're down by 36, is give up. That will not happen. They will play hard the rest of this game. You need to get by? Go ahead. Don't worry. Long three is no good. Now, how a running clock works in high school sports is once a running clock starts, it doesn't stop. So it is a running clock. That shot is blocked. Peyton Mason just needs to turn and come up with it. And she does. As Shia Walker, Mason battle. Mason battling again. Stolen away by Amons. And Amons lays it in. 61-23, New Smyrna Beach. Carroll. Here's a whistle. Coach. That's not Carroll. That's Walker trying to get it to drop. No good. And good follow. Tapped out of bounds by Reddix. Here comes Reddix off again. Just a great player. Amon steals it away. 4:50 to go. and running. And that is a rainbow tray from Falasia Carroll. And it's 61-26. Carroll all over Amons. So that's a good little battle. You might see that battle again next year when I'm not sure what Coach Shaw's upset about, but he gets after him pretty good. Calvin can give it back, though. I got to give it to Calvin. Calvin's as good as they come. And I've seen Calvin throw people out of gyms, and they deserved it. That's a whistle and a foul. 3:55 to go. And there's a whistle, and that's a good move to the basket, and a two-shot foul coming. Clock won't stop. 61-26. And there's Coach Shaw sneaking up to Calvin again, trying to plead his case with whatever that call he's looking for. Coach Shaw wants to know, was I right or was I wrong? And I don't think he's happy. And that is a good free throw shot there that falls for LaShia Walker, who has been played well tonight. She really has. My player of the game tonight, Zanaya Radix. Just kind of all standing there looking at each other like, you take it. Okay. Carroll, let's see if she shoots another three here. Nope, no shot. Nope, covered up. Little shoulder bump there. And, yeah, that's what I thought. She called that on Carroll. That's a good call by the referee there. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Amons with it, and I think we'll probably see some holding down here in terms of holding the ball or not. Space Coast running with it, though. They're going to look to score. 61-27. Nice shot by Walker. That three-point shot is no good. Battle for inside by Avila. And, God, I just love the way that LaShia Walker plays. That's a long three by Carroll. And she hits it again. 61-32, 1 minute, 18 seconds to go. And a great job and a great learning experience tonight by Space Coast. And, of course, New Smyrna Beach showing you why. They are the number 4 team in the state. They average 61 points a game. That is a three that puts them 3 points over their average. .30 seconds to go. Amons pulled up a little short there, and that's going to do it. This is likely the last possession here, and that'll get away. Why not? And that'll do it. Oh, your final score, the New Smyrna Beach Cudas moved to 8-0. They are 64-32 winners. Space Coast drops to 4-4. So that'll wrap it up from Space Coast Junior Senior High School. Once again, we want to thank all of our great sponsors tonight, Tails at the Barkery, Uberzati, and Gamers R Us. Once again, your final score, New Smyrna